everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and today I wanted to go over my first month in my Plum Paper Planner, which I had gotten for half price through a coupon code from Candy Shop. Thank you again, Paper Plum Planner. Plum Paper Planner, I always get it mixed up, sorry. Anyway, I just wanted to show you how November has gone and how I've set up December. This again is my household planner, and this is what sits on my coffee table where I do my morning and evening meditations and my morning routine, all of that. And it's basically just kind of an overview. It's not anything specific or detailed. This is not my EDC. This just stays in the house and gives me an overview of what to plan for the next week. It's kind of my planning planner, if that makes sense. Anyway, I will go ahead and get into it, and I will go ahead and link above here, right about there, where I actually did the unboxing of this, and it discusses, make sure you're in center frame there, all the different changes, because this is a planner you can personalize certain portions of this planner. So I'll link that above. One of the things that I had not decided on, which I have decided on now, this is the special dates, and this is just kind of like your future log, your future planning. But it also gives you a blank set of these, and I was not sure what I was going to do with these. But what I've decided is that I'm going to list each room in my house, and there are exactly 12, and I will list through these different lines, these different sections, what I want to get done in those specific rooms in 2020. And then I'll just go in and check off whatever I need to get done, like painting or carpet cleaning or whatever. I will list it for each one, and hopefully I will have that done before January 1st, or at least in January at some point in time. I just wanted to give you an update on what that is. So this is November. This is how it started out. My 3 goals were November, no spend, low spend. Ended up being a low spend, and I did pretty well. I did spend on stationery, but it was for things that were so deeply discounted that I could not get them, or it was something that came up. A prime example, my Daphne Odyssey weeks, and so I went ahead and purchased that. But otherwise, I did not really do hardly anything in stationery spending. So reduce sugar intake. I did not do that nearly enough. And there's some tweaks and things that I'll explain to you when we get to December. Rest and recover fully. The past 2 weeks, I've pretty much done absolutely nothing other than gaming and coming home and relaxing. Trying to just let my body recover. I have not been working out. I have not been training. I have not been walking, not been running at all since my surgery, which was October 21st of 2019. And it was an unexpected an ER emergency surgery. So I have tried to be as patient as I can with my body and recover. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, in December I can get more active again. Today I did my first walk in 2 weeks, and I will slowly be ramping that up. We will see. As far as birthdays, I don't really worry about the birthdays other than if there's somebody that is very close to me. I have Facebook for that. Thanksgiving, we did that, and I did not do my turkey 10K Thanksgiving Day. Not because I couldn't, but because I could not get to the venue because of snow. So, out of all my worrying, Mother Nature made the decision for me. So I literally got up, could not get out of the driveway, and I'm like, okay, well, that's that. And later on, if it had been later on in the day, it would have been great. But when I would have had to leave at 4:30 in the morning to get there in time to register, to check in and all of that, roads were not cleared, nothing. And it was a horrible, horrible snowstorm, and such is life. Do 3 things off my master list every week. Nope, that did not happen, but I did get things done off the list. Purchased my New Orleans plane ticket. And I will be leaving in 10 days for New Orleans, and I will be going to visit my best friend Kelly, and she and I are going to see Cher on my birthday, December 13th, Friday night. Woo, woo, woo. So very excited about that. I did binge watch a series. It was Titans, DC Comic Titans, and I loved it. Oh, so good. So good. This is my master to-do list, and this is all household things, and these are creative things. I did buy new frames. I ordered my new glasses. I actually have 5 pairs of glasses coming. I got these ordered the day before Thanksgiving through my husband's work, because he works at 1-800 Contacts, and he had about $1,000 that was not going to carry over for his FSA plan. And so I was like, well, I need glasses, you need glasses. So we're going to get new glasses, or new lenses. All 5 frames I already had. So I just got the new frames. I have bifocals. And then he got a new pair of lenses in his frames. I've been trying amino acids. Thank you to the person that suggested that to me in my comments. It has helped tremendously, and I've only been taking them for about a week, but I can already see a difference, so thank you very much. I did get the first 2 of my garden boxes done and filled, so they were built and filled. And I cleaned out the refrigerator. I built well, I didn't build a stand, but I bought a new stand from IKEA for my litter box, so that my Yorkie cannot get into it, because she was, and that was bad for her. But this is going to be changed up a little bit. Most of these things got carried forward. This is how November looked. And I did do an A6 Second Chance, which was my Carrie Harling Violet, and my Weekly Odyssey, which I love and adore, and I could not be any happier with that. And this is where I would note different things. And yeah, so there we go. I have my staples out of my surgical incision on the 28th of October, and we are on December 1st right now. So this is how the first week went, and I was doing pretty well and noting everything, my 3 priorities for the day, how I'm going to simplify the day, different things I need to get done, how I created every day. And then here was the second week of November, and the first full week, the 4th through the 10th. I do not like how these are shortened, but such is life. And there are times here like that I didn't get everything done. I didn't go back in. And if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that I don't really go back and backtrack a lot, unless it's something important. But if it was just like, I just gamed that night, or I was too tired to really do anything, I'm not going to go back and worry about it. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. This week, I was exhausted. I was frustrated. I was at the end of my rope, and I was very, very fatigued and didn't know how to move forward. I've since gotten past that, but I was having some hard time trying to figure out, I wanted to be better. I wasn't getting better. And it was just very frustrating to me. And when I get very frustrated, I a lot of times just zone out and don't do anything. So obviously, so this is how it looks sometimes, and this is real life. And I'm not going to make my planner pretty for my channel. This is what happens, and this is how I'm okay with it. Do I wish I'd filled it all in? Hell yes, I wish I had. But I do have my daily stuff in my Hobonichi, and my Hobonichi cousin Avec, and I would look back at that before I would look back at this. So this is, like I said, just an overview, and it's not an EDC. So it is what it is. This was last week, or the 18th through the 24th. And I did almost everything. I filled out almost everything, my goals, my focus, all of that. As you can tell, I switched to black. The orange I really wanted to use, but it just, in the early mornings when there's low light, because I get up before the sun rises, I was having a hard time reading it. So the black made it much better. And this was this week, and I feel very good about everything. You'll notice that today doesn't have much in it. I had an epiphany about this wonderful planner. So you flip over here, you have notes for November, and I'll do a review of November there. Then you go into December. I'll get into the sheet here in a minute. And first week is that same last week of November. It's the same week. I was like, oh, I did not realize. I filled in all of this thinking this was next week. And then lo and behold, I was like, wait a minute. This is last week. This is today. So, I am filming my vlog right now. I will upload and post it. I've already cooked the turkey. We did a Costco run, and I'm in the middle of writing a blog. Oh, and I ran, or actually it was a walk, and it was 1.29 miles. And I'm very excited. And my create was the vlog. So there's that. And so this is actually what I meant to write over here. So these two are the same, here and here. But the goals for this week, I'm just going to wait until tomorrow and write that out when I'm sitting there, so it can just kind of be a fresh refresher. It will still be cleaning, get the living room cleaned, do daily laundry. I've got to focus on the sheets and the bedding, and prep for Finding 52 for release. For those of you who have questioned, yes, Finding 52, which was, or still is actually, my finding 1 hour a week that is specifically for me. Not anything that's in my normal routine, just something, an hour. If you cannot find an hour in a week, there is something seriously wrong. You need to take that time. I can guarantee you, if you think that you do not have an hour a week, you need it more than anybody. And so, and it's a continuous hour. It is something that is not normal in my schedule, like training or my reading, although I will take like an hour and use that whole hour to read. That is a gift. Whereas normally my reading is anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes at the most, usually during the day. And so when I come back from New Orleans, which will be, let me get over here so I can show you. I'm in New Orleans until the 15th. So this week, I will probably be, sometime during this week, I will release it, or update everybody on it with all the details and everything. It's going to be quite a bit more. I mean, the premise and everything is still the same. It is self-care, and it is a challenge, a weekly challenge to find 1 hour a week, all 52 weeks of the year, and do something special for yourself. Doesn't mean spending money. It doesn't mean anything. It means spending an hour of time, of your time, alone or with someone else you care about. But the focus needs to be on you for Finding 52. So it started out as my birthday challenge, my 52nd birthday challenge to myself. And it has kind of blossomed into something more. And I have gone to great lengths to make it something more. And I am very excited about the plans for 2020. And I will kick that off sometime this week. During that week, I also have my neck ablation, but fingers crossed that will happen. It will definitely be before the first of the year so that everybody has time to prepare. But I, again, will be using my Hobonichi weeks for my self-care, my health and wellness. And it is all kind of wrapped up into one. And I will let you all know more about that as we go forward. But my goals for the December here are the three main goals. Exercise daily, kick off Finding 52 challenge for self-care, and 2020 goals and book setup. I also have here Find a New Pen for 2020 in this book, because as you can see, I had a few little issues with smearing. So I was using the G2 Pilot 0.7, but what's funny is that I was using the black and it was smearing over here, but the purple didn't. So, and the purple is the same thing. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to look at a couple of different pens. I need to just find my Sarasa dries. And I think those will work really well. If I can't find them tonight or tomorrow, I'll probably do an order from Jet Pens. In this book, I actually like a thicker pen, so a 0.5 or a 0.7. Also, the Inkjoy, I can probably find my Papermate Inkjoy and see if they smear. So let me just try. I have a blue one here. Let me just... Oh, that one doesn't. Yay! Let's see if it tests over here. Oh yeah. So it may just be here, but because this is more of a glossy cardstock, so it may just be that I need to just let that dry before I do it, but it doesn't seem to do that on here, so that's good. All right, back to December. I need to get rid of the non-essentials that I don't need. I'm going to be testing some habits out this month with not full-on cold showers, but ending my shower with 30 to 45 seconds of cold water. And I have done it 3 times in a row. And while it is hell, that 30 and I've only gone 30 seconds. My goal is to, by the end of the month, be up to 45 seconds or longer. Who knows? But at least do 30 seconds. And as soon as it's done, I feel amazing. And it's not, I'm not shivering. I'm not like, oh my God, that was the worst thing ever. It was like, I feel so awake and alive and tingly. And it is something that I initially hate, but I just don't think about it. I focus on the positive afterwards. And if I can't do something for 30 seconds, then there's a problem. So I am trying to focus on the habit, and I will show you that here in a minute. Where it says back to black, that is back to black coffee with coconut oil, and I'm going to be trying that again. And for my bulletproof coffee, I missed that, and I'm prepping in December to, how am I trying to say this? I want to cut out as much sugar as I can so that in January, that cold turkey is not going to kick my ass. So I'm trying to wean off now. That is my biggest place where I actually put liquid sugar into my coffee is my chocolate caramel creamer. I'm trying to get rid of that. So I'm going to go back to using bulletproof coffee and see how that helps. I actually stopped it because of my fasting. And when I was doing my 16-hour or 14 to 16-hour fast, I was not using creamer. Since my surgery, I have not been doing my fasting. I'm trying to get my protein in, and it was just one thing. It was on top of everything else. It was too much. So I've gotten back into the habit of creamers, or that creamer particularly. So I'm going to try to cut that out. And then do something creative every day, and something that I call fasting Saturdays, which is I will be doing a fast from, I will still be doing my nightly fasts, and that is from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. the next day. I will be on a fast. I will try to cut it off at 6, but depending on my schedule and doing yoga and all that kind of things, it varies, but at the maximum, at 8 o'clock, I don't eat anything or have anything to drink with calories in it until 10 o'clock the next morning. Now, that being said, I will be doing bulletproof coffee. So I will be adding coconut oil to my coffee in the morning. But that is just to keep my energy up. And in January, I will probably stop that, the coconut oil. We'll see how that mixes in. But I'm going to be doing my Saturday is going to be my fasting day. So I'll be doing a little over 24 hours. It'll be from 8 p.m. on Friday night to 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. I will be doing a fast once a week. And it's something that I've wanted to try. When I'm in New Orleans, I probably will not do that, but that's one Saturday out of the entire month. And if I can't be flexible enough to do that when I'm visiting or doing something special, then there's no point. I have to be able to be flexible and still stick within my habit. but I will also be doing a 24-hour internet fast on Saturdays as well. Saturdays is the busiest day that I have. I go and do all of my shopping, all of my errands, everything that I can get done on a Saturday, I do. I do a longer run or walk or whatever, do a longer training session, and I find myself wasting time on the internet on Saturdays when I could be getting so many more things done. And I pulled this list off of several different articles, and the ones that are highlighted in green all the way across are things that I do already, which is meditate in the morning. I write in my journal. I love and marry the person that I love. I don't really consume news. I'm on CNN only because of work, and I don't spend a lot of time there. It's horribly negative, and I listen to the news once in the morning to make sure nothing has blown up in the world, and that's it. Go to bed early, rise early, get 7+ hours of sleep. Thankfully, that has been the one thing that has been consistently going well. Say thank you every time you're served by someone. Say I love you 3+ times a day, and the most important people in your life. That choose to have faith in something bigger than yourself. Skepticism is easy. I am not, I would not classify myself as Christian, but I classify myself as spiritual. I am very spiritual in many different things. And my personal beliefs are very conglomerated. And there are things that I do believe that are Christian, things that I believe that are Norse, and things that I believe that are from Buddhists. It's a very eclectic way of looking at the universe, and it's very hard to explain. But it's something that's very personal to me, and I am a very spiritual person. So I have that. I mean, it's not necessarily Christianity, but I am not a fan of organized religion. I am a fan of spirituality. So be that as it may, that's where it's going to stay. Give at least one guilt-free hour of relaxation per day. I am trying very hard to do that. Drink 64 to 100 ounces of water per day. Define what wealth and happiness means to you. I've done that. Track at least one habit behavior you're trying to improve, hence those. Make your bed the first thing in the morning. I make my half of the bed. And then when I get home, if my husband did not make the bed for any reason, although he's been doing great, I make it. And then floss my teeth. So that I do. The ones that I have done in the past and are trying to reconstitute are the ones that are highlighted, the numbers in green. Consume a tablespoon of coconut oil per day. Buy a juicer and juice a few times a week. We bought a Ninja, and I just haven't used it. Stop obsessing about the outcome. I will talk about that in a minute. Change the way you feel, think, and act about money. I am actively trying to do that, and not to think about things differently. Not like, oh my God, you have to be on a no spend. That does not do me any good, because it restricts me in a way that makes me upset. It's kind of like failing at something. And it's like, if I buy one thing, then I failed. And so I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to reevaluate my views, how I feel, act, and think about money. Create an automated income source that takes care of the fundamentals. I've done that. For those of you who don't know, I do a side hustle on eBay and Marketplace and sell different things. I do have multiple income streams. Have no more than 3 items on your to-do list each day. Big thing here with the 3 priorities. And then the orange are things that I want to try to increase or try to do. That is, read 1 book per week, make a bucket list and actively knock items off. I have done that with my 101 goals in 1001 days. And I'm looking at, it will end September 9th, 2020. And so I'm looking at just doing a bucket list after that. Stop consuming refined sugar. I am trying desperately hard to do that in the coming year. Here is do a 24-hour fast weekly, which is Saturday. Fast from the internet 24 hours once a week. Both on Saturday, so fasting Saturday. Do something every day that terrifies you. Do something kind for someone else daily. Replace warm showers with cold ones. Say no to people, obligations, requests, and opportunities you're not interested in from now on. Remove all non-essentials from your life. Start with your closet. Again, that's decluttering. That was supposed to be my huge project this year, and I started strong and petered out, but you know, it's got to be done because we're moving overseas at some point in our lives in the next 10 years or 15 years. And so it is a continuing project. Save 10% or more of your income. Wait at least 60 to 90 minutes to check email, social media after you wake up. I will be doing that as well. Make a few radical changes in your life each year. That's what this is. And so I will post this list in the community section for those of you who would like to have this, and it will also be part of Finding 52. There are things in here that I think could help with that. I'm also looking into consuming 30 grams of protein within the first 30 minutes of waking up. It's also something that I've toyed with. It's like fasting or not, and I'm still researching the science behind that. Right now, fasting seems to work better for me. So we will see what happens. But that could be somewhere down the line. We will see. I'm all about trying things out. And if they don't work, they don't work. But I learn and I realize certain things are for me, certain things are not for me. And just like, you know, religion, certain things are for me, certain things are not for me. So every person is unique, and you should be the captain of your own ship and figure out what works for you. And that's what this list is helping me do. Oh, there are a couple of things on the back. I forgot. Spend time reflecting on your blessings at least once a day. I do that. And eat at least one meal with your family per day. That is almost impossible given Greg's shift and mine. So unless it's me eating with my pets. And they don't want to eat with me either. So this is how today went. And then this is how the month is set up. And this is the monthly view that I have. And I've already done one of these things. I already cleaned out the pantry. That was done. And it is already December 1st. And I'm like, woohoo, got the one thing off my list. I did not mean to do it yesterday. But by golly, it got finished today. And I'm like, sweet. I can cross that off my list. Because I was looking for, of all things, an oven bag to bake our turkey in. And I couldn't find it. And I'm like, I started pulling stuff out. And I'm like, well, if I've pulled it all out, I might as well just clean it up. And I did, and it looks great, and I'm very happy. Got rid of all the outdated food, a black trash bag and a white trash bag, out the door into the trash. I was very happy. And these are the creative ideas that I have, along with trying to do something creative every day. So, there you have how I am doing December. Oh, this is some of the habits that are not actually listed here as the goals. Do daily exercise. Do the cold showers, fasting Saturdays, create daily, 112 ounces of water daily. This is the one and only time you're going to find actual numbers attached to my goals anymore. If you noticed here, it says focus on the process of improving your habits, not on the results. The numbers will come when you focus on the right things. And I have found that prime example, in October, when I had my emergency surgery, my numbers of running or walking or jogging 50 miles that month went completely out the window, and it was beyond my control. But the fact that I felt like a failure was 100%. And I couldn't control it. Still can't control it. Still bugs the living shit out of me. But had I not had that surgery, I would be dead. So, good thing? Yes. Annoying thing? Yes. Frustrating beyond yes. But what I've kind of come to the realization is I attach too much to my goals, and assigning a number instead of saying run 1.25 miles every day, it's I have daily exercise. I can adjust that any way that I want as long as I exercise that day. Then I get to check that off. If I put run 1.25 miles and the weather is so bad I can't get out and I can't go to the gym and run on a treadmill, what am I going to do? I fail that day. And that, the failure is harder on me than not running the 1.25 miles. So if I can adjust that to say, okay, I'm stuck in the house, I'm going to work on my TRX for 30 minutes. And sure, it's not towards my miles, but it's exercising every day. My overall goal is to be healthier and feel better and be in better shape. Just because I can't walk one day doesn't mean that I can't exercise or do something else that day. But with the water intake, I have to get that much water. I've got to get that much water. I am constantly dehydrated, and I'm having a hard time since my surgery continually getting that much water. So I now have it in my phone along with my food tracking, and I am adjusting it per ounce. And so, yes, that will have a number assigned to it. But read the book. That just means I need to read something during the day for pleasure, not, when I have to read for work or whatnot. I need to take a moment, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, find quiet and read, because I want to finish more books. I love reading, but it's something that gets very low on my priority list, and I want it to be higher on my priority list. You guys saw in my first vlog, I have books galore that all of them I want to read, but taking the time is what's killing me. And so read the book. No matter how many minutes, I don't care. How many pages, I don't care. Just read the damn book. And that's how that's going to be. I am trying very hard not to assign hard statistics to my goals. And I'm going to see how that works, because by all intents and purposes, if I follow these habits and am solid in my habits, my results will get there. And I will be healthier, and I will be more in shape, and I will be, all of these things that I want to do. So I'm trying to not set myself up for failure. And looking back, I can guarantee you that I did set myself up for failure many times. When I was healthy, it was great. I was kicking ass and taking names. When I'm not, then I have issues. And I do not want to feel bad because I picked some arbitrary number out of the fucking world and said, you're going to run 50 miles this month, and if you don't do it, you're a complete and utter failure. Really? Am I? If I ran 30 and not 50, so what? I ran 30. I'm not focusing on the right thing. So, the fact that I ran an average of 1 mile every day was awesome. But I considered myself a failure because I didn't go above and beyond. Ugh. I wish I could get over my own brain. Honestly, I do. And that's why I'm trying to help other people get beyond their own brains. So, anyway, tangent. So this is a vlog and a blog and of everything. So I'm just going to put it on both. Just because I needed to do an update for this, and I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on some things that are coming. And I probably went on much longer than I should have, even though I've recorded this video 3 times or tried to, and this is the first time that it's actually gone on. So a little bit longer than it should be, but oh well. Hope you guys have had a great Thanksgiving and are ready to face December, ready to kick ass and take names. And I'm very excited to get through this last month of this decade, which is crazy. I don't want it to end soon. I'm excited because I want to see where my year ends up. So regardless of the pitfalls that I've had this year, it has been a great year. And I'm still here, and that is what counts. And as always, spend the rest of your life celebrating, because, you know, life is worth every moment that you take. So reach out, grab it, and take it. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.